Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hari Bol Prabhu, thank you very much, Vivek Prabhu, for organizing today's CC session. And very thankful to Meeta Mataji and Siddhi. Belated birthday wishes to Siddhi as well. Very nice singing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yamuna Mataji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Keep
Thank
showering your blessing, Mataji. She needs that.
Yeah, she's singing Krishna's glory, so she'll be blessed, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hari
Thank
Bol.
you.
So wonderful to see all the devotees for the CC session. I know it's a bank holiday weekend. I hope devotees would join sooner. So today, before we go forward, it'll be very nice we call out Lord Gauranga and Nityananda's name. I was thinking probably in another session I would bring some of the wonderful quotes from the various acharyas, the benefit or the benediction what we get by calling out Lord Chaitanya's name and Nityananda Prabhu's name. So let's call out Gauranga.
Gauranga!
Gauranga!
Gauranga, 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 Gauranga,
Ananda. Thank you very much. Thank you. So auspicious. Children are always enthusiastic. Very nice. Okay, so let's start. So today the topic is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now returning to Jagannatha Puri. In fact, last week itself we discussed, last time itself we discussed a bit, but this is a little a chapter which comes, the discussions of which is happening before the Lord came to Jagannath Puri. Very interesting one. We can understand the mood of the devotees. So we'll offer the prayers. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 10. The Lord's return to Jagannath Puri, the very first verse. As I was mentioning earlier, every chapter, the first verse itself, Kaviraj Goswami is such a poetical, scholarly, and a top class devotee that he puts the essence in the first verse of every chapter. So here in the first verse, what he speaks, let's see, because this chapter is all about Mahaprabhu coming to Jagannath Puri and he's meeting with all the devotees. And very interesting, and how he has beautifully put that in the one verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Tam vande gaura jaladam svashyo darshanamritai vicheda vagraha milana bhakta sasyani ajivayat. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Very beautiful translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is compared to a cloud that pours water on fields of grain, which are like devotees suffering due to a shortage of rain. Separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a drought, but when the Lord returns, his presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on all the grains and saves them from perishing. So here very beautifully Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that all the devotees were feeling such a great pain, suffering the pangs of separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu left all of them and went to South India, not for a few months, not for 1 year or 2 years, but nearly 6 years. So it's a great separation for the devotees, and they were like kind of a place where there is no rain, how that place would be like, kind of a desert, completely drought, so it was like that. And their hearts were like that. And the moment of Mahaprabhu's association is like compared to a rain which gives life. The nectarian rain which gives life to all the plants, trees. Similarly, all the devotees felt that they have got back their life. So very beautifully he has mentioned. And we see who are the devotees who are meeting the Lord, and how their hearts are filled with love and devotion for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So sweet. So first what happens is that, as we know, King Prataparudra, the first personality. So this happens before, when Mahaprabhu was in South India tour. So what happened was, King Prataparudra is such a pious personality, a very amazing king, full of humility. And this king Prataparudra, he calls, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his palace. And he asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, because he was, when Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, that time he was outside. So then when he came back, by the time Mahaprabhu left, so now he's calling Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and telling, my dear Sarvabhauma, I heard that, a very great saintly personality came from Bengal, and he stayed in your home, and I've given, great favor, and I've done great favor to you. And I heard he's so merciful, So being merciful to me, you have to arrange a interview with him. I like to meet him. So when Prataparudra Maharaj was saying like that, because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is a priest, head priest, and he is like a advisor for the king. So the king being very very submissive, humble, and he's asking Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, now I like to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I heard about him, but I love to see him. And what Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, oh, my dear king, all that you have said is very true. Yes, he came, he stayed in my place, he's showered a lot of mercy. But my dear king, arranging a meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quite difficult. And then he says that he's a sannyasi. Yeah, who is sannyasi? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi. And he has detached this worldly, affairs. He generally lives in a solitary place. And even in dreams, he do not meet any king. So the words he used, even in dreams, he do not meet any kings. And then he says that, still I would have tried, but, he has already left to South India. You know, so when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya spoke like that, he felt very, the king felt very sad. But then he asked, why did Mahaprabhu went to why did he leave Jagannath Puri? Because generally, any saintly people they come, Jagannath Puri is a very holiest place. So if that is the case, Mahaprabhu, why he left, Jagannath Puri? Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says that, saintly personalities go to the place of pilgrimage to purify them. So Mahaprabhu, he is, gone, to all these holy tirthas to deliver hundreds and thousands of people. And then he quotes an example from Srimad Bhagavatam that Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling to Vidura, oh, Vidura, you are a great saintly personality. You yourself are like a place of pilgrimage. Tirti kurvanti tirthani. You yourself are a place of pilgrimage. And why you go around everywhere? Just to deliver the fallen conditioned souls. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is making a statement. He is not just a saintly personality. He is the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. But yet he has taken the mood of a devotee. He's doing his devotee duties, the duty of a devotee or a Vaishnava. And what is a Vaishnava? Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the purport actually mentions, Prabhupada quotes, that a Vaishnava is someone who feels very much distressed when he sees the common people are so much enmeshed in the material affairs. They are completely lost and absorbed in I, me, mine, and just thinking about their maintaining their bodies. When any saintly person see this, their heart gets very pained. So Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord himself, but yet the mood he wants to deliver everyone. So when Mahaprabhu, I mean Bhattacharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said this, then again the king is asking, okay, but why that why you did not stop him? You could have fallen at his feet and made him stay here because we all are missing him. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, he is the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. He is independent. He is not dependent on anyone. How can I actually, stop him? But yet I tried my best to keep him, stay here, but I was not successful. So when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was speaking like that, the king said that at least once, when the Lord returns back, at least once I want to see him. You know, that will be the perfection of my eyes. So please, so he's like kind of very much requesting. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying, yes, the Lord will be returning very soon. Now what we need to do is that we need to arrange a place for him to stay. And that place should be a very solitary, a secluded, a very quiet and a very calm, nice place for the Lord to stay, that no one comes and disturbs. And it should also be close to the temple, Jagannatha Puri temple, Jagannath temple. So please consider this proposal and you find a place for him. Give a place for him. Immediately, the king says that, yes, Kashi Mishra, his house is a perfect place, that will suit all these requirements. And this house of Kashi Mishra is near Jagannath Puri temple and is also very, in a secluded place, very calm and quiet. I think this would be a very nice place. So when the king actually proposed Kashi Mishra's house, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became very happy. Now, he took permission from the king, and then now he's going to Kashi Mishra to convey this message of the king. So when he goes to Kashi Mishra's house, what happened is he's telling that, the king is happy that Mahaprabhu, to give this your place to Mahaprabhu. The moment Kashi Mishra heard, what did he do? He said that, oh, what a great fortune that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Prabhu of all Prabhus. The very word Prabhupada, we call Srila Prabhupada as Prabhupada, right? Prabhupada means, one of the meaning is that all the Prabhus taking shelter of your lotus feet. So you're the Prabhu of all the Prabhus. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord. So he is a master of all the masters. Generally, we call, any male devotee as Prabhus. That means master. So when all the masters take shelter, who is that person? That is the Supreme Lord. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also referred in one sense as Prabhupada. So the Prabhu of all Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is going to come and stay in my house. What a great fortune. So Kashi Mishra was so happy, that the Lord is going to come and stay in his place. So this all things are happening. He was so happy, expressing his joy, and then he's arranging everything. And then what happens? All the other devotees in Nilachal, in Jagannath Puri, they're all telling Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, oh dear Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, we all like to meet the Lord. Please arrange a meeting for all of us so that we can get a shelter. Only by your mercy we can take shelter of his lotus feet. Because in Orissa, if you see that time when King Prataparudra was ruling, it was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya who had all the influence, and he is the advisor, and only he was the one who was introducing all the devotees to Mahaprabhu. So everyone is now requesting Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to show mercy on them so that they all can have a meeting with the Lord when he returns back. So this is happening. So then what happens is that, so the next day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the time they got this news that Sarvabhauma Mahaprabhu has arrived. So the moment they arrived, everyone became very happy. When they got the news, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is back. Everyone was so joyful, enthusiastic, to meet the Lord. So now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is telling, do not worry. Tomorrow Mahaprabhu will go to Kashi Mishra's house, and I will arrange a meeting for all of you. And Mahaprabhu, as you all know, when he came first, what did he do? Let's hear from all of you. So when Mahaprabhu first came to Jagannath Puri, what did he do? What do you think he would have done? You can unmute and say what he would have done. Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji. Darshan, Mataji. Krishna's darshan.
Krishna,
Darshan.
yes, Lord Jagannath, you're right, funny Prabhu. Yes, as soon as Mahaprabhu came to Jagannath Puri, his first, the first thing what he did was he took Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to see Lord Jagannath. So because he also feeling great separation from Lord Jagannath, so he went and he took darshan of Lord Jagannath. And that time, what happened? All the pandas, the priest who was serving Lord Jagannath, they gave the Mahaprasad of Jagannath, to Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu actually embraced all of them. So then Mahaprabhu is returning back to Kashi Mishra's house, and when he saw the house, he was very, very satisfied, because all that which Mahaprabhu requires was very nicely taken care of, and the house was also in a perfect place, and not crowded, very calm, quiet, everything was perfect. And the moment so then what happened is that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is now introducing Kashi Mishra, and to Mahaprabhu. Then immediately Kashi Mishra falls, he will fall at the feet of Mahaprabhu, and he will say that, everything I am offering to you, my dear Lord, my possessions and myself, I am surrendering at your lotus feet. The mood of those devotees we see how Kashi Mishra is very fortunate. So anyone can guess or remember from the earlier classes, how many years did Mahaprabhu stay in Jagannath Puri? See, after South India trip, he is now coming to Jagannath Puri. How many years he stayed in Jagannath
18
Puri?
years, right?
18 years, continuously. Very nice, Rajesh Prabhu. Continuously 18 years, And just imagine the fortune of Kashi Mishra. He stayed in Kashi Mishra's house for 18 years. What a blessing. And see the mood of the devotee. He says, everything I'm surrendering to you, my dear Lord. You now order me, what should I do? So that's the mood of a pure devotees. And what did Mahaprabhu, reciprocated? How he reciprocated? Mahaprabhu always reciprocated. Even if someone does a little thing, just like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even you do swalpa, very, very little, insignificant, yet the Lord showers so much of mercy, so much of love, right? As you surrender, I reciprocate accordingly. Krishna says in the Gita, Ye tamam prabhatyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. And Mahaprabhu also, for this very great service, the mood in which he is doing this service, how he reciprocated, the Lord first showed him four-handed form. No one else could see, only he could see the four-handed form. That's the first reciprocation. The second reciprocation was the Lord embraced him. The Lord's embrace means, it is, just imagine, we see throughout the, that means he is giving all his love, the Krishna prema. So Mahaprabhu reciprocated to him in that way for his loving service. And then he was, then Lord Nityananda Prabhu, all of them came, and they surrounded the Lord completely. And then now, it is as an etiquette, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he is not just assuming, okay, Mahaprabhu likes it. He's telling that, my dear Lord, this is Kashi Mishra wants, hopes. No, it is the hope of Kashi Mishra that you will accept this place. This place is just befitting you. Please accept it. So in a very humble way, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is telling. And you see the mood of Mahaprabhu. What does he say? Such a heavy word. He says, my body belongs to all of you. I agree to whatever you say. How the Lord completely gives himself to his devotees. The devotee gives himself to the Lord, and the Lord gives himself to his devotees. He says that my body belongs to all of you. So therefore, I will do whatever you say. Completely sold out. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya now He's taking this wonderful opportunity and he's introducing all the devotees. That is the mood. The mood of a devotee is that not that I just sit and talk. His mood is that, let everyone get the opportunity, and that will make the Lord very happy. So now first he is introducing the devotees from Jagannath Puri, the residents of Jagannath Puri, Purushottama Kshetra. And he's telling to the Lord, what is the condition of the devotees in Jagannath Puri? The condition of the devotees in Jagannath Puri to meet you, their thirst for meeting you is compared to a Chataka bird. You know a Chataka bird, right? A Chataka bird is a bird, it won't go and drink water everywhere. It won't drink water from river. It won't drink water from any house or water from any reservoir. It won't take water anywhere. It will only take water from the rain. Only when the rainwater falls, it will take water. Just imagine. This is Chataka bird. So here, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is comparing the heart of the devotees in Jagannath Puri. They were waiting, just like the Chataka bird is actually waiting, crying in disappointment. When the rain will come, I can have some water, you know. Like the Chataka bird is crying in disappointment, these devotees were crying, in separation. Oh, when we will see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? When will the Lord come to Jagannath Puri? Their heart were filled with so much of emotions of separation, you know. So he compares, he says, a thirst of a Chataka bird, crying for disappointment is a mood these devotees were looking for you. And then he introduces the first person. Many devotees he introduced, there are many names come so auspicious just to hear those names. Because these names are not the names of ordinary people. These names are the names of pure devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just by hearing them, their name, just by even hearing one glory about them, it has the potency to awaken love in our hearts. So the first person, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is introducing is the devotee by name Janardana. So he says that this Janardana is servant of Lord Jagannath. And what is his service? His service is when the Lord, in Jagannath Puri, there is a tradition. Before Rath Yatra, there is a ceremony, as you all know, Snana Yatra, right? Snana Yatra, as the name goes, the Lord is given a beautiful bath, ceremonial bath called Snana. The Snana Yatra that is celebrated. And what happens after the Snana, the Lord gets sick, love sick. And when he falls sick, that period, 15 days, there is no darshan. That period is called Anavasara. That Anavasara period, you can't see Jagannath because Jagannath will be taken to a different room and he will be taking all medicines. He will be very lovingly looked after because when someone, our dear and near ones, falls sick, what happens? We automatically give more attention, isn't it? More affection and attention. So Krishna also wants to enjoy that rasa of more attention and affection from his devotees. So he falls sick. Though he is the Supreme Lord, he falls sick. And that is the Anavasara time. And that time the devotees give him very herbal medicines, and the Lord enjoys that mood with his intimate associates. So that Anavasara time, there is no darshan. So then what happens? That is the time they actually renovate the body, the transcendental body of the Lord. So if you see, even in our all ISKCON temples also, they do this. Generally in Jagannath Puri, it happens once in a year. And in many temples, in our temples also, it happens once in a year, sometimes once in few years. What they do is that's a time they will paint and they will do, they will renovate the body of the Lord. Because Jagannath is made of daru. There is a beautiful song. We don't have time to sing the whole song, but I'll just sing 2 lines. दारो जगन्नाथ दारो हरि दारो पर ब्रह्म दारो हरि दारो जगन्नाथ दारो हरि दारो पर ब्रह्म दारो हरि Matsyavatara Daro Hari, Matsya Kurmavatara Daro Hari. It's a beautiful song of all the avatars. How Lord Jagannath, who is Daru Brahman, Daru means wood, the Lord who has accepted to come in the wooden form, Daru Brahman. This Daru Brahman is Sakshat Hari, is a supreme Lord, and he comes Matsya Avatar, Kurma Avatar, Varaha Avatar, Vamana Avatar. And who is that person? Is the same Lord Jagannatha. Daro Brahma, Daro Hari, Daro Parabrahma. He is the supreme Lord. So, what happens is, because Jagannath is made of Daru, in Jagannatha Puri, once in 12 years, the Lord's form is actually changed. That means the Lord will come in the dream of the head priest and he will inform him, in this particular forest, in this particular tree, you will see this particular, symbols, transcendental divine symbols. And you take that tree and then you make my form, and they will carve a new Jagannath, new Baladev, new Subhadra. And this old Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra, they will bring. So old Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra form will be there, new carved deity will be there, and the head priest, the one who is oldest, that person will come and do this Prana Pratishta from the old to the new. And that one no one should see. That time, even the entire state would be, like electricity off. That day only the priest will go and do that ceremony. And the old Jagannath will be put in a place called Koili Vaikunta. If you go to Jagannath Puri temple, you see the place called Koili Vaikunta, where the Lord's body will be put under the earth. And just like when a person leaves the body and is buried, what happens to the family members? They shave the hair, and they whitewash the house, all those ceremonies they will do. The priest, they will do all those ceremonies in their place. So they treat Jagannath like a personality, but supreme personality, Purusha Uttama, topmost personality. But all the formalities will happen exactly like what happens in a normal family. So it's very, very personal actually. So what happens is that this Janardana, why I said all this point, because this Janardana is one of those person, he serves the Lord during this Anavasara time, this 15 days when the Lord is sick and is there. That time he personally serves the Lord, helping in renovating the transcendental body of the Lord. So this is temporary renovation which happens every year, but the Lord is completely transferred to another form. That happens once in 12 years in Jagannath Puri. So this is just for information. And here, so this and that ceremony is also called a Nava Yavana, the Lord's what I should say is transcendental body, is youth, youthful body, is kind of restored. But of course, the Lord is always youthful. That's different. So Janardana. So he is introducing the first devotee to Mahaprabhu, and he tells he's doing this service. And then Mahaprabhu embraces him. Then the next person. So he introduces somebody called Krishna Dasa. This is not our Kaviraj, Krishnadas Kaviraj. This is another Krishna Dasa. And he says he carries a golden cane. And then he introduces another person called Shiki Mahiti. Shiki Mahiti is very good in writing. So he's in charge of writing. And then he introduces a devotee called Pradyumna Mishra. He's the chief of all the Vaishnavas. And then he introduces Murari Mahiti, brother of Shiki Mahiti. And then Chandaneshwara, Simmeshwara, Murari, like that, many devotees' names are given. And then he introduces somebody called Paramananda Prahara Raja. Prahara Raja is, is a priest basically. What happens is that in the kingdom of Orissa, when the king, say some king is left the world, and before another king is appointed, the throne is vacant, right? So to fill that vacant throne, the priest who are the family of the priest who are very close to the friend, they will be chosen and they will occupy the throne. So they are called as Prahara Raja. the family priests who are very close to the king, who sits on the throne when the king, when the throne is vacant. So here that person is Paramananda Prahara Raja. So like that, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is introducing different devotees, their different sevas, and Mahaprabhu, for each one of them, he is embracing them. So then he says that these are all like ornaments. They are all like these devotees are like ornaments to Jagannath Puri. And then what happened? A very important personality enters the scene. His name is Bhavananda Raya. Who is this Bhavananda Raya? So now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is introducing, my dear Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is Bhavananda Rai, father of Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy is the eldest son of Bhavananda Rai, and he comes with other 4 sons, totally 5 sons. Ramananda Roy is the first son. He is not here at the moment because he's still in South India, because he's completing his, he was in a government post, as you know, as a governor, and he is actually finishing his final bits of responsibilities to join Mahaprabhu. So he's still in South India. So Bhavananda Rai comes with the 4 sons. That is, the 4 sons are Gopinath Patnaik, Vaninath Patnaik, and then Kalanidhi and Sudhanidhi, four children. And the 5th one is, of course, the first one is Ramananda Roy. And he introduces them to Mahaprabhu. And what is Mahaprabhu? So immediately he falls at the feet of Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu embraces him. And then he says, the glories of a person who has a jewel of a son like Ramananda Roy cannot be described in this material world. Mahaprabhu, as you know, Ramananda Rai is so close to him, so dear to him. So he glorifies so much that you are father of Ramananda Rai. So how can I actually, describe? So Bhavananda, and he says that you are none other than Pandu himself, and your wife is none other than Kunti Devi herself, and all your 5 intellectual sons are the representative of the 5 Pandavas. So in Krishna Leela, the same Bhavananda Rai came as Pandu, and the 5 sons of Bhavananda Rai are Pancha Pandavas. So Mahaprabhu is saying, you are not just serving me this life, you are serving me life after life with your family. So Mahaprabhu is glorifying all of them. And see the mood. See, if suppose someone like Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, is glorifying, how nice. Normally in this world, anyone falls prey to glorification. If someone appreciates, someone tells, yeah, wonderful, very nice, we feel very good about it. But here you see the mood of Bhavananda Rai. He says, I am a Shudra, I am a 4th class in the social order. I am completely absorbed in material affairs. That is my position. I am not to be touched. But my dear Lord, you have embraced me. This shows that you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. What a humility. He says that I am not fit to be touched. The topmost devotee. He says, I am not to be touched. I have no quality. I am fallen. He says, I am fallen. I am completely absorbed in material mundane affairs. But you are so merciful that you have touched me and embraced me. So this is the mood of great personalities. And then he says I offer you my home, my riches, my servants, my sons, and myself. I am surrendering at your lotus feet. I am giving everything at your lotus feet. I am surrendering to you. And then he says that, Vaninath will be always at your lotus feet to serve your orders. So one of the sons he leaves to, in Jagannath Puri. And then Mahaprabhu says that, and then he says that, please tell me whenever you have any desire, please do not hesitate to tell me. Consider me as your relative. And then Mahaprabhu says, I accept because birth after birth you are serving me, and I do not consider you as an outsider. Mahaprabhu says. And he tells in 5 or 7 days, Ramananda Rai will come back, and he will fulfill all my desires. I am waiting. I am waiting for his company. Just imagine Ramananda Roy's position. Mahaprabhu says, he will fulfill all my desires, and I feel great pleasure in his company. So then Bhavananda Raya touched his lotus feet and he left Vaninath there, and then he returned back with all his sons back to his place. Then now what happened? Very interesting thing is happening. So now we saw all the residents of Jagannath Puri got introduced. Bhavananda Roy came, he got introduced, and his sons. Now Mahaprabhu tells, can you please call Krishnadas, Kala Krishnadas? You remember Kala Krishnadas? So he went as a servant, right, for the South India tour. So now Kala Krishnadas is coming. And Mahaprabhu tells to Sarvama Bhattacharya, you know the character of this person who has accompanied me? He left my company and joined the company of Bhattataris. They are like gypsies. They were alluring everyone with the, association of women. So he left my company and joined their company. And I rescued him from their company and I brought him back. Now I brought him back. I do not want any service from him. Let him go anywhere where he likes. I do not want to take any responsibility for him. So Mahaprabhu rejects Kala Krishnadas. And as soon as Kala Krishnadas heard that, he started crying. But Mahaprabhu did not look at him. And Mahaprabhu went forward, to take his lunch. So that time, all the other devotees, Nityananda Prabhu, Mukunda Datta, Jagadananda Pandit, Damodara Pandit, they all came and they're all discussing, oh, Kala Krishnadas, what can we do for him? We have to somehow engage him in the service of Mahaprabhu. See the mood. So Prabhupada beautifully explains in the purport two things to understand. Kala Krishnadas, from the life of Kala Krishnadas, he is a personal assistant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, supreme personality of Godhead. And he fell in Maya. And Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada mentions how powerful is Maya Devi. How one should be very careful. And Prabhupada uses a very beautiful word for us to be so careful and cautious, is that he says, the misuse of minute independence. We all got only little independence as conditioned souls. We got a free will, and limited free will, and the limited independence. That limited independence we have misused. If we misuse, then Maya is just waiting to take us away from the association of Krishna. And Kala Krishnadas, what did he do? He misused his minute independence, going to the association of the gypsy women. So he lost. But yet the Lord is so merciful, he came and rescued him. So Srila Prabhupada mentions that if we become independent, then there is a great chance we will fall in Maya. We will leave the association. We think I can do everything. I am better. I can handle, and we will be lost. So it is very important to be, to see that our little independence we are using in the right way. We always keep ourselves in the association. It is not just that because I'm physically there in the association, that means I'm taking association. Kala Krishnadas was physically present, but mentally lost. So it is very important that we are mentally also present. That means we are take the association from wholeheartedly, not just physically we rub the shoulders, but we take the values. Association means hearing and serving of devotees. That's called association. Association means hearing and serving should be there. So that's a very important lesson. We learn that Maya is very powerful. That means we should always take shelter of Krishna. We should not be very kind of, carefree that, okay, anyway, I'm in association, I am chanting, I'm doing everything. So nothing, there is nothing to be worried about. No, we have to be always cautious. And this worry is a good worry. It is not a bad worry. Srila Prabhupada says this worry and this fear should definitely be there. Some fear are very important. For example, a child, to put a hand in a fire, the child has to be fearful. That fear is good. If the fear is not there, the child will burn his finger, right? So some fear is very, very important. That fear is that good fear that will actually help the person. Unwanted fear we do not have to have. But this fear of Maya is a wanted fear. And we all should have the fear. And Srila Prabhupada says we should sufficiently fear for Maya, not little bit. We should sufficiently fear for Maya so that we are very careful. So take shelter of Krishna all the time, dependent on Krishna, and very carefully. So that's a word. Maya is so strong that even a person associating with the Lord Chaitanya can be allured by Maya and leave the Lord's company due to misusing his slight independence. What to speak about us? So now then what happens? So this is one lesson. The second lesson we see that Mahaprabhu left and went. I am rejecting Kala Krishna Das. He left. But the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the devotees, they are all planning, what to do, how to engage this Kala Krishna Das, how to protect him. So they are thinking what service we can go and recommend, how we can recommend him for Mahaprabhu. And they are thinking, and they got Nityananda Prabhu. Always Nityananda Prabhu is our savior, right? So Nityananda Prabhu finds one beautiful service. What is that? See, Sachi Mata wanted Mahaprabhu to always stay in Jagannatha Puri, right? Because she always want the message, is everything okay with Mahaprabhu. So someone has to go from here to there to tell what's happening. And we need some messenger, someone, to go and tell that now Mahaprabhu is back from South India trip. He's in Jagannath Puri, so that Advaita Acharya, Srivas Thakur, and all the residents of Navadip Dham can come and see Mahaprabhu. So whom to send now? So now we need a person. So Kala Krishna Das. So, Nityananda Prabhu is telling, we will tell Mahaprabhu that we need to send someone, and that Kala Krishna Das can do that. And then all of them are very happy, and then very nicely they are going and telling Mahaprabhu, everyone is very much worried. Sachi Mata is very much worried. Oh, where is my Nimai? Where is Nimai? Is he back from South India? I did not hear anything about him for so long. And Advaita Acharya is crying there. Srivas Thakur, everyone is in anxiety. So we need to send somebody. So we are thinking to send Kala Krishna Das, in a very soft way. We are thinking, if it is okay, we can send Kala Krishna Das for this. Then Mahaprabhu said, do whatever you want. He didn't say straight away, do whatever you want. He cannot reject the proposal, right? So he says, and then Kala Krishna Das became so happy, so happy. So this is, so Srila Prabhupada writes in the pulpit, sometimes the Lord may be hard, but the devotees are always very kind. So that is why, all the acharyas, Narottama Das Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, if you see the Vaishnava bhajans, so much glorification about Vaishnavas, because they are so merciful. And when they recommend, see, Mahaprabhu could not deny, right? Kala Krishna Das, if you actually remember, do you remember who actually recommended Kala Krishna Das to go with Mahaprabhu for the South India tour? Anyone remember?
Nityananda Prabhu.
Yes, Nityananda Prabhu. Very right. So you are so careful listening, very eagerly listening. That's why you could remember. So see, Nityananda Prabhu recommended him. Now he's in a problem. Again, Nityananda Prabhu comes to rescue. He did not say, oh, you see, you did you made a mistake. You did not know how to behave, and you made the mess of it. You lost the association. Okay, we can't do anything. He did not say like that. He was so compassionate. He knows he had done a mistake, but yet, he's seeing that how he can be brought to service. So that is the mood of Nityananda Prabhu and all the associates. So that's why Vaishnavas feet we should catch hold tightly, because they will be ever merciful. That's why Narottama Das Thakur, so many songs you say, oh, hey, Vaishnava Thakur, E Baro, Karuna Koro, Vaishnava Gosai, heart melting songs. So the power of Vaishnavas, the merciful mood of Vaishnavas, in that sense, even they actually occupy a higher position than the Lord. Sometimes the Lord gets angry and go off, but the devotees, they always are very kind, and they know the technique how to recommend it to the Lord, that the Lord will not reject them. So our hope is the Vaishnavas. So very beautifully Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport. So like that, Kala Krishna Das got this very nice service, and they are sending lot of Mahaprasad. If you see, Jagannath Puri means Prasadam only we remember, right? And that place is called Ananda Bazaar. As the name goes, Ananda only. When you go to the Ananda Bazaar, full of prasadam. And just by seeing all the prasadam, we feel so happy. We remember all our trips to Jagannath Puri. I only remember first prasadam only. A lot of wonderful prasadam, pastimes I am remembering, in the sense with the devotees. It was so, so much, very, very dear to heart, very, very cherishable moments. And Jagannath Puri prasadam is out of the world, out of the world. You can feel it by the smell itself. You can feel it's out of the world. So they are packing all dry prasadam very nicely, and then they are sending to the devotees. So Kala Krishnadas is very carefully taking all the prasad, and then he's going to now, Navadip Dham, and he first seeing Sachi Mata, and he falls, at the feet of Sachi Mata, taking offering his obeisances, and he gives all this wonderful news of Mahaprabhu's return to Jagannath Puri. And then he gives all the Mahaprasad, of Lord Jagannath, and Sachi Mata becomes so happy. All the Shiva's Thakur, when they heard the news, they were in so much of joy, so much of joy. And then Kala Krishna Das now goes to Advaita Acharya's house. And he tells Advaita Acharya that Mahaprabhu is back. And the moment Advaita Acharya heard, he started to dance in jubilation, chanting, dancing in ecstasy. And you know what they did? We know celebrations, right? Like festivals, we do celebration. But Advaita Acharya hosted a celebration just to celebrate the return of Mahaprabhu to Jagannath Puri. They had festival for 2 to 3 days just to celebrate Mahaprabhu is back to Jagannath Puri. In fact, they are not in Jagannath Puri. But the news itself gave a lot of joy because Navadip is quite close. And then they all decided, okay, now we all are going to go and meet Mahaprabhu. So they all got together, devotees from, from the nearby places, Kulinagram, and from other places, all of them Kanda, all of them Shrikanda, everyone came. They met in Advaita Acharya's house, is like a hub. Everyone came there, and then now they all are planning to proceed towards Jagannath Puri. So this is happening. In the meantime, Paramananda Puri, who was actually, where the Lord met in South India trip, and have told him to come back, to Jagannath Puri. So now he also was there in Navadip Dham, in Sachi Mata's house. And when he heard the news, he thought, okay, I should also go now. So everyone is in that mood, to go and see Mahaprabhu. So now Paramananda Puri is going. He in fact went very fast. And then he goes and then he meets Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was so happy to see him because he treats him like a spiritual master. So Mahaprabhu offers his obeisances to Paramananda Puri, and Paramananda Puri embraces Mahaprabhu. So in that way, they had wonderful this thing. And he says that I got the news and I could not control myself. Other devotees are coming slowly, but I thought I will come fast, so I came early. So in that way, and Mahaprabhu is arranging in Kashi Mishra's house itself one room, which was kind of empty, that it was given to Paramananda Puri. So how see Mahaprabhu is looking after people. So he treated all those who are on his equal level, or equal in the sense who came to take his shelter. He treated, embraced them in a friendly mood, loving mood. And whoever was like the gurus, like a spiritual master, he gave them due respect. And he made sure that their arrangements of prasadam, stay, everything was arranged. The Lord is independent, he don't have to do all this. He's not obliged to do all this, but he follows the etiquettes. By his behavior, he teaches so many wonderful things. So we see here how he looks after Paramananda Puri. And now comes a very great personality. So you have to guess who is that. I will tell you, it is Swarup Damodar Gosvami, a very great personality. Now he is going to stay with Mahaprabhu for 18 long years. One of the right hand, Just like Ramananda Roy in one side, Swarup Damodar in the other side. I have given you a clue. So who is Swarup Damodar in Krishna Leela? If you remember who is Raman, yes, Sadhvi Mataji already, she put the message chat box. Lalita Devi. Lalita Vishaka. Ramananda Rai is Vishaka. And, Swarup Damodar is Lalita. So, all the intimate, confidential pastimes which happened in the Antya Leela, the concluding pastime of the Lord, you see these two personalities were closely present. None of them were present because all of them come see the Lord and they will go off. But Mahaprabhu kept these two very closely, and he will reveal his heart to these two people only. So just imagine what a great personality Swarup Damodar Goswami and his mood. Let's see what his mood is. So Swarup Damodar, his previous name was Purushottama Acharya. His earlier name was Purushottama Acharya. The moment he heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken sannyas, he could not bear it. He felt so heavy in his heart that how Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Because when someone takes sannyas, they cannot be very close, intimate, just like a householder. So that broke the heart of Purushottama Acharya. So what did he do? He also went and took sannyas. And when he took sannyas, his name remained the brahmachari name that is called Swarupa. So his name was Swarupa. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu added the name Damodar. Damodar Swarupa or Swarup Damodar. Why Damodar? Damodara means, another meaning is one who is expert in singing and playing all the instruments, musical instruments. That is Damodara. So because Swarup Damodar or Purushottam Acharya, who is Swarup, he was an expert singer as like a Gandharva. And not just a singing, he knows when to sing to give pleasure to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He knows all the songs of the great personalities from the scriptures. So he was so Mahaprabhu gave the name Damodar. So he became Swarup Damodar Goswami, of course. So Swarup Damodar Goswami is like such a pandit, extraordinarily intelligent and well versed in Vedic scriptures, that Mahaprabhu, if anyone comes and tells Mahaprabhu that I have written something, some poem or something in glorification of Krishna, Mahaprabhu will make Swarup Damodar to check. Only if Swarup Damodar says, yes, it is fit to hear, then only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will listen to it. So such is an expertise of Swarup Damodar, very expert in all the literatures and in his devotion as well. And when Mahaprabhu was glorified, was very happy to Swarup Damodar, he was saying, I had a dream that you are coming to me, and now you're here. It is so auspicious. And he says, I was like a person who has lost his eyes. I was blinded. I felt like I'm blinded without you. But now you coming back has restored my vision. So imagine the loving relationship of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar. And what answer Swarup Damodar gave? He said, out of humility, he said, my Lord, I actually left your association and went out, and, I don't have even a trace of love for you. I don't even have a trace of love for your lotus feet. If I did, if I had, I would not have left you and gone. I am a very simple person, And then he says that I rejected you and I went, but you did not reject me. You bound by your rope of mercy, you bounded my neck and brought me again in your association. So this is a mood. See how they always felt so insignificant. They are not fit for receiving that mercy. They never felt I am actually fit for receiving the mercy. They always felt they are not. It is your causeless mercy that you have accepted me. And we have zero love. Actually, they have so much love. They say they don't have any trace of love. That is a mood. The difference between a pure devotee and a conditioned person who is developing as a devotee, the mood is a conditioned soul already thinks I have so much love, I have devotion, I have expertise, I am significant, and when anything comes, we feel, yes, I deserve that, at least somewhere in the corner in a subtle way. But here, the pure devotees, they always think the opposite. We are totally, like not capable or insignificant. It is your mercy, whatever we do, it is only because of your mercy. And they truly feel it, not by lips, by heart. So we see Swarup Damodar Goswami's glories are unlimited. Uh, Lalita Devi herself came as Swarup Damodar, and Vishaka came as Ramananda Raya. That's why they both are so dear and so dear. So it is mentioned that his scriptural, this thing is like a Brahaspati is a the priest of all the devatas, right? So that much of knowledge. So in that way, Swarup Damodar Goswami comes and Mahaprabhu was so pleased to receive him. And then he sings a very beautiful verse. In that verse, and verse, that verse is so, if we read, it's very difficult to read only the language. What I speak about is translation. And in that, he actually tells the Lord Chaitanya's mercy. So I'll just read it because so hi-fi. So he says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the 10 aspects of his Chaitanya's mercy, he puts in one verse. That is in the book called Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. He says that the Lord's shelter, if you take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will easily drive away all material lamentation. In the material world, everyone is lamenting for something or other. No one is fully satisfied. Even though if someone has got out of 10 things, 9 things, he laments for that one thing which he don't have. Right? So that is the mood of the material world. We always lament for something. But when we get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what happens? Our our mind becomes very pure, and then what happens? It drives away all material lamentation, and we become very jubilant. Very jubilant. So it drives away all material lamentation. He purifies everything, and it awakens a transcendental happiness. Third one is transcendental happiness. And sometimes when we read scriptures, we get into so much confusion. Oh, what they're actually saying. Sometimes says like this, sometimes it says opposite. Which one to believe? So much confusion. But when we get Lord Chaitanya's mercy, he gives that knowledge, transcendental knowledge. By that, our confusion goes off. Just like Krishna says in the Gita, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. I give the intelligence by which you can come to me. Similarly, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can understand the scriptures, not by our intelligence. So he mitigates the disagreements of scriptures. And then he distributes all transcendental mellows. When we come in touch with the Lord Chaitanya's mercy, one can start to taste the mellows, transcendental mellows, rasa. And jubilation at heart, so much ecstasy. You see all the Mahaprabhu's associates, they're always in ecstatic mode, right? Cause jubilation of heart. And in his presence, what we feel, we always get inspired or stimulates to serve the Lord, stimulates devotional service, along with full ecstasy and joy, always ecstasy and joy. That is another feature. And Mahaprabhu's mercy, one can understand and glorify the limit of Madhurya Rasa, which is not possible other way. And then he finally says, Sri Chaitanya, oh ocean of mercy, you are not just a drop of mercy, you are an ocean of mercy. And you awaken good fortune in everyone. That's the last bit. So some all this glorification is done by Swarup Damodar Goswami. With great ecstasy, he's glorifying the Lord. So then after that, what happened is that, okay, then Swarup Damodar was also given a place to stay. Mahaprabhu gives him a place to stay, and he sees that everything is taken care of. Now another important person comes. This person is also so important. He also serves Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 18 continuous years, and his name is Govinda. So he comes and introduces himself. I am actually a disciple of Ishwara Puri. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master? Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master? Anyone? Ishwara Puri, right? So Ishwara Puri is another disciple is Govinda. So that means God brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he comes and he tells, I am the disciple of Ishwara Puri. And before leaving the material world, Ishwara Puri gave me one instruction that myself and another devotee, he's also a disciple, Kashishwara, we should go and serve you, completely surrender at your lotus feet. Even though he is God brother, but yet, his guru sends him to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he's Supreme Lord. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now feels, oh, how can I take service from my God brother? Because, it's to be respected. God brother is to be respected, not that you make him like a servant. Because he tells, I am going to be your servant, and Ishwara Puri asked me to become your servant. I have come to serve you. So now Mahaprabhu thinks, how can I accept service from you? And then he, asks Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, what can we do at this point? Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya very sweetly he tells, the order of the Guru can never be rejected. That is a final verdict, of all the scriptures. So then Mahaprabhu says, yes, whatever you say, how he gives credit. He's a Supreme Lord, he knows everything, but he gives that credit, to his devotees. And then Govinda becomes a very sweet, celebrated servant, respected servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And everyone likes him, and he makes sure all the Vaishnavas are taken care of also. We will see later many nice pastimes of Govinda. What an extraordinary personality. So here, this much description only is given, that he also comes for service. So we are completing, almost we are there. Now finally, one person comes. So the order of the Guru, before we go, the order of the Guru is a final, very powerful, and it can never be disobeyed. That's why current day, Srila Prabhupada, if you see Srila Prabhupada, whenever any instruction he gave to his disciples, they took it to their heart. And their life and soul was that particular instruction. Lifelong they were meditating on that. That's the mood of Srila Prabhupada disciples, But Srila Prabhupada disciples are very, very merciful. They don't give any big instructions because they know we may fail. Because a guru gives an order and we fail, that becomes an offense. That's why they don't give orders. They generally say, okay, whatever, sorry, Srila Prabhupada has given, let's all try to fulfill. So that's what all the spiritual masters, they say. Whatever instruction Srila Prabhupada has given, let's all try to fulfill it. They don't give a personal instruction. Very rare. Someone who is really can take that. So, so it is very important to accept the mood is that when a spiritual master says anything, immediately. For example, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is giving an example. He says, Parshurama, when Parshurama was, given an order by his father, what did he order? He told, cut the, it's not a, it's, he told for a good reason. Later it turned out to be a good reason, but if you hear it, you will be shocked. He said to cut the head of his mother. Who can do that? Will any son will do that? But Renuka, and Parashurama took the order of his father and he did it. But of course, he came back alive. That's a different story. And similarly, Lord Rama instructed Lakshmana. What did he say? Go and leave Sita, in the forest. You remember? But it was a very difficult thing to digest. Lakshmana did not want to do. But what to do? He has to follow the instructions. So he did it. So we see that even the Lord himself, as Ramachandra, he went to 14 years of forest. So they always took the order of a spiritual master or a superior person. It could be a father or, like someone who is of superior personalities, especially the spiritual master, has to be followed. So then the final bit is the final person who comes in today's chapter is Brahmananda Bharati. He is also to be considered in the position of a spiritual master. So he's like a sannyasi. So he is coming. And how he is coming? He's coming wearing a deer skin. And he coming, and then Govinda goes and tells Brahmananda Bharati is come. Mukunda is coming and telling Brahmananda Bharati is coming. Can I ask him to come inside? See the mood of Mahaprabhu, the etiquette. He knows that he is to be respected, so he says, no, I should go and receive him. So he goes personally, and then when he saw him wearing a deer skin, Mahaprabhu did not like it. And how beautifully he handled it, you see. How, when a superior is doing a mistake or doing something which is not right, how we should correct it. Not we correct by words. See how Mahaprabhu is doing it. He saw that he's wearing a deer skin. He did not like it. So how he handled the situation, very sweet. He asked Mukunda, where is Brahmananda Bharati? I could not see him. He's standing in front. Where is Brahmananda Bharati? I could not see him. And then Mukunda Datta is saying, oh, he's just in front of you, my dear Lord, in your presence. Uh, you know, oh, this cannot be Brahmananda Bharati. I think, he won't be wearing a deer skin. So he's indirectly telling that deer skin is not the right thing what you are actually wearing. So he's saying Brahmananda Bharati won't be wearing a deer skin, so this cannot be Brahmananda Bharati. Where is Brahmananda Bharati? Then immediately he understood, oh, Mahaprabhu doesn't like this, because it is a show off of a prestige. Oh, I am a very renounced person. So Mahaprabhu wants to indicate that out of false pride and prestige, you are wearing this deer skin. So he indicated it in a very sweet and a very respectful way. And Brahmananda Bharati got it. And then he said immediately, my dear Lord, I am very sorry. Out of the prestige, wanting of the prestige, I have put this deer skin. Now I will give up this one. And, but, you do not, disassociate from me. So immediately Mahaprabhu sends the saffron robes for Brahmananda Bharati. And then Brahmananda Bharati says, there are two Brahmans, two lords in Jagannatha Puri now. One lord is not moving and one lord is moving. The moving lord is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chala Brahman. And Achala Brahman. Who is that Achala non-moving? Lord Jagannath. So now in Purushottam Kshetra, we have two lords. One is Lord Jagannath, non-moving, and one is the moving, that is you. And then Mahaprabhu, because he doesn't like anyone glorifying him as equal, making him equal like Jagannath, considering him as Supreme Lord, even though he is Supreme Lord. So he brings them to the mood of a devotee. So he says that, no. He is Supreme Lord and we are Jiva. He's like, he says, he is different and we are different. So he is bringing some argument there. And he calls Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, now you tell me who is right. Because they made him a negotiator, in the middle too. So is Mahaprabhu right or Brahmananda Bharati right? Then Brahmananda Bharati says, Vishnu Sahasranama says, Varna Varna Hemango, Varanga Chandana Gari. Scriptures glorify you are that personality. You are non-different from Lord Jagannath. So all this glorification is doing. Now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, okay, now analyzing these two arguments, I consider Brahmananda Bharati is right. So he says, yes, my dear Lord, we have two lords here. And then very sweetly, Mahaprabhu, how he accepts the defeat, he says, and then he says, a disciple is always defeated by the spiritual master, right? So in a very nice way, Mahaprabhu says, accepting Brahmananda Bharati as a spiritual master, he says, because he has to be regarded as a spiritual master. He says, I am defeated, because a disciple is always defeated in front of a master. And then Brahmananda Bharati says, no. It is your nature that you always want to be defeated by your devotee. You want your devotee to defeat you. And that is the reason you gave credit to me. So like that, they had a very loving exchange. And how Mahaprabhu, small details, how he was very beautifully handling and dealing with devotees of different caliber, age, or maturity, position. Mahaprabhu perfectly handled them, and he showed by his personal behavior how we should deal with different devotees. So not everyone put us a masala, same, this person also same way, that person also same way, not like that. Everyone is an individual and everyone has to be dealt, and everyone has to be dealt in a way they have to be dealt. So that art of dealing with Vaishnavas, Mahaprabhu was displaying throughout Chaitanya Charitamrita. When we go deep and see, and it's so amazing. The Lord teaches by his own example. And that's what Brahmananda Bharati says, by your behavior, you are teaching me. So beautiful. So like that, all these different personalities. So finally, so this what is happens is that then Kashishvara, he later joins. So whoever hears this, okay, as all the rivers flows into the sea, devotees throughout the country finally came to Lord Chaitanya's shelter, and he mercifully kept them under his protection. Falashruti, what is the blessing we get by hearing this chapter? Whoever hears this description of the meeting of all the Vaishnavas with Lord Chaitanya ultimately attains shelter at his lotus feet. Hari Bol. Right? So this is a very special benediction we get. Ultimately, we will also get the shelter of Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. So this is a great mercy. So we can keep talking each chapter for so long. Somehow I tried my best to put it in 1 hour. So very nice. I have a couple of announcements. Maybe if Vivek Prabhu has any announcements he can make. Before that, I like to say a couple of things. One is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord. Lord Shiva tells to Mother Parvati, the topmost worship. Aradhanamapi sarvesham Vishnum Aradhanam param tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarcharam. So Lord Shiva tells to Mother Parvati, of all the worship, Vishnu Aradhanam Param. The worship of Vishnu is supreme. But there is a worship even greater than the worship of Vishnu. What is that? Tadiyanam Samarcharam. Tadiya means all that which is connected to the Lord. It could be a person, it could be a paraphernalia. Any paraphernalia we use in serving the Lord, that is also Tadiya. And personalities, the devotees, they are also called Tadiya. Their worship is even greater than the worship of Vishnu worship. And very beautifully in the later chapters it will come that Navadip Dham, the holy Dham in which Mahaprabhu appeared, that is a Tadiya. So worshipping Navadip Dham or meditating on the Navadip Dham or doing some seva for the Navadip Dham is a greater worship. So we are all fortunate that we got this opportunity of doing this Navadip Dham contest. And we have extended the time more and more and more. Mahaprabhu is extending to give mercy to everyone. So I humbly request all the devotees who have joined today in this forum, who have not joined, you tell them, request them that please take part in this contest if you want mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because you serve the Tadiya, you get more mercy. Right? It could be a simple model or to the great model. And the top models from each of the circle will get the opportunity, to go to Mayapur Dham, spend 3 days, sponsored accommodation and prasadam. Wonderful, right? What else we need? So this is a very great mercy. So, and the date is extended now. It is, if I'm right, I think Vivek Prabhu should know, it is 24th of this month, April. 24th is the last day for the submission of the model. So you still have time. So please grab the opportunity, do something. And if you're already doing, do it to the best. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will give you all the intelligence, all the mercy to do it very nicely. It's a beautiful offering. Please do not miss. We request every single one of you to get this. So,
Mataji,
yes.
what was the submission of the date again?
April 24.
Thank you.
Welcome. So we will put the dates officially also. So we have still time. If I remember, it is 24th. It should be 24th or even further up, but I think 24th.
Yeah, it is 24th, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Vivek Prabhu, for clarifying. It is 24th of April. So today is what? 4th of April, right? You have 20 more days. So which is a long time. And now you have, holidays. I hope so. So children have holidays. You can utilize this opportunity and you can gear up and do something. I already got some very exciting and interesting, information. Some devotees are doing it. That's very wonderful to hear. Very inspiring. You get a lot of mercy. Okay. So another Tadiya. So one Tadiya is this. Navadip Dham. So don't forget that. Second one, this year is the anniversary, 125th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's appearance. This year marks the 125th appearance year of Srila Prabhupada. So we want to do something very special. Many things we can do. Of course, we will let you know. One thing is which Arvind Prabhu earlier told you about reading. What is that? Leelamrita, right? The book, biography. Many of you too. Whoever has not read biography. And if you have already read, then Leelamrita. So that's one offering we are giving to Srila Prabhupada. And another thing is, Srila Prabhupada always, the mood, what he got from his spiritual master is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted this message. He told Nityananda Prabhu, go and spread this message everywhere. So Nityananda Prabhu flooded the entire Bengal with this, making people to chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, and then read the instructions of Krishna. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Siksha, right? So Mahaprabhu did it, and Nityananda Prabhu did it, and then Srila Prabhupada, our all acharyas in our parampara, they did it, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he did it 64 months, and his prayer, he preached like anything, and then Srila Prabhupada, he crossed the ocean, and then he gave it to everywhere, and then he wanted all his disciples and all the grand disciples, all of us, grandchildren, spiritual children, to take up this task. And what does that mean? That means Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories, everything to be, take the mission of Mahaprabhu everywhere. So one of the things which Prabhupada also suggested was the happy dolls. He wanted happy dolls to be in every single household. Doesn't matter whether someone eats meat, doesn't follow anything, no problem, because Mahaprabhu doesn't take any offenses, especially in the form of a happy doll, right? So it is like a murti, but in one sense they are not like that murti where you do abhishek and all that. So it is our foremost duty. We take this as a service. Every single devotee who is here in this call, if you already have a happy dolls, Nitai Gaur, that's great. If you don't have, please get it. Deepa Datri Mataji has already actually given to many devotees. I mean, she's arranging, and you can contact her and get that. Or if you know anywhere else, that's also up to you. And in your own Bhakti Vrikshas, your friends, whoever it could be, try to get them happy dolls. That's the first thing. So as many household, happy dolls will make their lives happy. So give them, or they will bring all auspiciousness, Mahaprabhu says. So that's our service. As many happy dolls we can give them along with the Hare Krishna mantra. So what they have to do is that they can just chant Hare Krishna, in front of them. If they can offer a fruit, great. These are all additional things. But they can just chant Hare Krishna. They are happy, but they can offer a fruit, a possible, or a flower. So we can actually get this done as an offering to Srila Prabhupada this year, right? And devotees who are thinking to get deities, who are already following the rules, already following for regulative principle, chanting Hare Krishna, your house is completely, environment where you can serve the deities. So then you can welcome Gaurnitai deities this year, if possible, at any point of time. That will be very, very great. That also adds, as an offering to Srila Prabhupada this year, the Panchaloka deities. We can get it from many places. I actually saw one beautiful deity done by one of our devotees who moved to Atlanta, Vaishnavi Mataji. She made, this deity was ordered and was made to, or customized way they have made this deity in Vrindavan actually. And from Vrindavan, they actually, they sent her to, they are in the process of sending her to Atlanta. And one Mataji, I think she's Prabhupada disciple, I'm not sure. She has painted it so beautifully. So beautiful means the features are extraordinarily beautiful. I actually feel tempted to show that, but I should not be. So tempted. So it's so beautiful. So we can arrange, so she is also interested. She has to arrange that day, that kind of deities we can get from there. And not very costly also. They have different versions of height, weight, and also ashtadhatu to panchaloka. The cost varies, so it's not very costly also. So we can get it from there also. Or even, you think I can't go all that and do, or even from Mana or anywhere. Many devotees have got from Mayapur. So somewhere we can get it. That's not a problem. But the point is that this is also a time for us to think about welcoming, the lordships this year at some point of time. If you start, why I'm putting this message now, because you can start to think so that you welcome, and it will make Srila Prabhupada so happy. Not when you make Srila Prabhupada happy, your lives are happy. And happy when Mahaprabhu is coming, he will make our life happy. Along with Nityananda Prabhu, he will protect us, always. So that's one thing. And I was thinking this happy dolls, why I said now, because this deity you can do the entire year, whatever time. This happy dolls, why we want to share today, because if you can plan now, many auspicious dates are coming. Like, of course, Ekadasis are auspicious. Every day is auspicious. Any day the Lord is coming is auspicious in that sense. But still, there are like many Ekadasis are coming, Ramanavami is coming. But there is another day coming, Akshaya Tritiya, which is in May 11th, if I am correct, May 11 or May 14, I'm not sure, somewhere that time. It's a very, very special day, a day which is considered super auspicious and no muhurta to be seen, checked. So if every single one of the devotees in our community, can think about this seriously and start planning it, and then get your deities in advance and keep it at your home. You want to start, you start, no problem. It's not that you have to wait for Akshaya Tritiya, but if you can wait, then you wait for Akshaya Tritiya, and that day you can start your worship of this happy dolls. The deity will come in, you can do anytime that you decide and discuss with your families and do it. I'm talking about happy dolls. So we are telling 1 month in advance, more than 1 month in advance. So please do not miss this opportunity, because we should have done it. We reminded in Nityananda Trayodasi, we reminded during Gaur Purnima, but if someone couldn't do it, do not worry. Now there is a great opportunity is coming. We can get it. So we want that mercy. It is mentioned, Kaviraj Goswami saying, impossible things becomes possible by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So even impossible things, when we truly take shelter, because Krishna has come in Kali Yuga, in as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to give his mercy. And if we don't accept the Yuga avatar, if we cannot take shelter of the Yuga avatar, where do we get the mercy from? Who else can be more merciful than these two personalities that we are going to get mercy? What is the hope for us? So when we get this opportunity, why not miss it? Why to delay? Auspicious things should not be delayed. It should be done immediately. So please think about it. There's two important announcements. One is Navadip Dham. Please kindly do not miss. So Thadiyanam Samacharam, you are serving. Srila Prabhupada is a Tadiya. He's a great devotee of Mahaprabhu. So his desire you fulfill, that is also very, very pleasing. So these are the two few announcements to make for us to think and get that mercy, grab the mercy. You will really feel the difference of having a deity or having the happy dolls at your home. It's different. You see as a personality, you feel very wonderful. So so these are the two things. Okay, you have anything, Vivek Prabhu? Otherwise, we end here.
Yes, Mataji. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, we have next Saturday Zoom Japa Marathon at central level for the special Ekasi and coronavirus protection. So this is one upcoming thing. We have many lined up in this month, like Mangala Aarti. But the main thing is that what you already covered is 24th April is the submission due date for all the videos for the Chaitanya contest, and 1st of May we have a central program 4 to 9 p.m. For this contest. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the main announcement from my side.
Excellent. Thank you, Prabhu, and we thank all the devotees who have joined today. And nice to see some devotees in the screen. Nice to see Karanshu, Satya Mataji, and Yamini Mataji is always there from Amersham. Rajesh Kasa Prabhu, Vijayalakshmi Mataji's family, Anuradha Mataji and family, and Vivek Prabhu is there. Bhaskar Prabhu, Akshay, Hari Bol, Akshay Tritiya. I always remember you only first. You got such a name and you are born on the day. Amazing, huh? Very blessed boy.
So
Yeah.
Mataji, if your devotee has one question regarding the petals, right? When you
I'm coming. Supriya Prabhu, Mumuksha Mataji, Mona Mataji, Kusuma Mataji. Brilliant. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu, what is that question?
So, for example, now we have a petal, right? Because when we discuss with this our devotees that how to proceed with this Navdvip model, so they always had concern that do we need to balance out the petals equally because we are concentrating on one of the petals and my dweep is in the corner, so it takes too much square meter round, something like that, and it's very difficult to manage.
Brilliant. Yes, I understand the question. Not to worry. It's just that you need to have all the, you have to somehow project all the other petals also, but it could be a smaller size. That's okay. And you can focus on because when you're focusing on one thing, you certainly need a greater space. So we understand that. So don't worry. But the other ones also at least see that you're putting some trees, some greeneries, and some water. Like it looks like not like the one is just existing and nothing is there like a desert. It should not be like that. But otherwise, don't worry about the symmetries. We can understand because you're projecting, you're trying to manifest one particular dham, so it's understood. So not to worry. Yeah.
So after making this model, should we dismantle it, or how we should use it afterwards?
Okay, so basically, once they have done it, what they can do it, they can put it near the altar, wherever near the altar, not in the altar, near the altar, because you won't have space to put that near the altar, and then you offer, anyway you will be offering, arati to your, deities and all that. Also, because Navadip Dham is also worshipable, so we offer our this thing, and then when the offering is done for the this thing, we are also praying and offering our. So that's the way, that's mentioned in the, if they go to the what needs to be submitted, if they go and check that one, those details are there. So it's very simple as that. Nothing big we are doing. So yeah.
So Mataji, after all this video making and everything, after this festival and contest, what we should do with that model?
Yeah, see, the model can be, if someone can keep at home as a, like just like Panihati pots, we keep, like that, some people put tulsi leaves, tulsi plant or something, or they still keep it as a memory, as a remembrance. So they can keep it like that. Or if they think that I have to just dismantle everything, no problem, they can dismantle also. Or someone want to put it in a water, that can be done also. Or they want to dismantle, that's also okay. That's why we are not saying to put any deities or anything inside. They are making this thing, but if you are putting anything also, make sure that those things are either put in the water, or it is worshipped, or it is taken care of. That's it. Otherwise, not to worry. Nothing big.
Okay, Mataji, got it.
Yeah, thank you very much for the questions, Prabhu. Yeah. Okay, then, brilliant. So we thank all the devotees for joining today, and we will now go for darshan quickly. Yeah, thank you so much. I will leave from here.